Hello viewers, I am LAKSHMI PADMANABHAN. Welcome to Gandhi Hacks in South Africa. We catch Mohandas Gandhi at age 34 in this episode. I mention it because it is a little important in this. He had become a successful lawyer. Rich traders were his clients. But he was also an established agitator by now. He had placed his body on the line. He had a wife and 4 sons to take care of. Like the average Joe, as they say, he had several concerns regarding the finance part of his life. He was worried about their security, the family's finances and so on. But unlike the average Joe, he had certain other concerns as well. He was on another quest, and that was the spiritual growth for himself. What we find in this episode is how these latter concerns, these latter interests in spirituality clash with his former concerns. How these latter concerns torpedo the earlier worries regarding the family's finance and the family's security. During his stay in India in 1902, an American insurance agent succeeded in making him go for a policy of rupees 10,000. While he was in South Africa, he had been fending off these agents, telling them that taking an insurance policy means that you don't trust in God. This particular American agent succeeded in triggering dark thoughts about his family's finances, his family's future and so on, and he finally succumbed to the tempting words of the agent. How this worldly wise financial act was nullified is the twist in the story. While he was in England itself, Gandhi had associations with the Theosophists. The Theosophists admired India, they admired Hinduism, and they chose to read some of the Hindu religious texts with Gandhi. Their admiration for Gandhi was due to the fact that he was a born Hindu. So they felt that reading Vivekananda, for example, with him, or reading the Gita with him added to their understanding of these sacred texts. It was also an opportunity for Gandhi to understand his religion better. Now they formed a club called the Seekers Club, and they met regularly and had talks about these texts. Even as a student in England, Gandhi had fallen in love with the Gita, but now he wanted to pursue the study further. He wanted to go deeper and deeper into the meanings of the Gita verses. So he practiced a method to learn the verses of the Gita. It was quite interesting. Now he did not set apart any particular time to study the verses. What he did was he stuck pieces of paper with the verses written on them on the wall, against which he would stand and brush his teeth or take his bath, etc. The time that he spent on brushing his teeth, the time he spent on taking bath was well spent, in the sense that he would read these verses, he would study these verses by heart, and in this way he says that he managed to learn 13 chapters by heart. Now it was quite an achievement. Now he had to give up this practice because of various other compulsions, the various battles that he had to fight in South Africa. The Gita became an infallible dictionary of conduct for him. 2 words in the Gita had a tremendous influence on his life. Those 2 words were SAMABAVA and APARIGRAHA, equability and non-possession. Be equable, never lose your temper, never get angry, never be disturbed, but be calm. That is samabhava. You have the same bhava, or you have the same attitude, you have the same smile for a person who hates you, who insults you, and for the person who loves you as well. Is that possible? It is like the Mahavishnu's attitude, for example. who was stamped on his chest by a rishi, and the great Lord wore it as an ornament on his chest. Must have heard about Srivalsa. When we describe Mahavishnu, Srivalsa has a great place in the description. Aparigraha means non-possession. Be detached from possessions. Whatever you consider yours is not really yours. It could be your husband, your wife, your children, your house, your property. None of these is really yours. Even your body is not yours. If you can have this kind of detachment, then that is a great achievement. That is aparigraha. As he was thinking deeply about aparigraha, some of the lessons that he learned in England in the law textbooks came to his mind, particularly the word trustee. Now, that word answered many questions that came to him as he was thinking about aparigraha or non-possession. It's okay to have the detachment, but then what do you do with the possessions? What do you do with the wealth or the money or the house or whatever? You think of them as not yours. You don't own them. You only look after them. You are only the trustee of these things. You keep them only as a trustee and not as the owner. Now, this was how Gandhi was able to make the East and the West meet. Rudyard Kipling had said that the East shall never meet the West, but Gandhi proved through such meditations, through such reflections and such statements that the East can complement the West and the West can complement the East. I hope you understand the connection. This word trustee in the English law books, how that complements the idea of non-possession in the Gita. See, that is how you see correspondences, you see associations, you see a harmony between various schools of thought which were thought to be irreconcilable earlier. It was a eureka moment in the light of which Gandhi stopped paying the premium for his policy, and he did not bother about the installments that had already been paid. Let it all go, he thought. And another drastic thing that he did after this realization was writing to his brother, saying that he was not going to send him any more money. This came as a big shock to his brother. His brother was dreaming of the great wealth that the Gandhi family would have very soon. That his younger brother Mohandas would be sending him crores of rupees and they would all be a very rich family. He was longing to have this glory of his house back. But Mohandas Gandhi had a different idea about many things. He had a different idea about family. Now the whole world had become his family, and not just the family of the Gandhis. And it took time for the elder brother Lakshmi Das Gandhi to understand this broader vision of his brother. Immediately after getting this letter, of course, Lakshmi Das Gandhi could not understand, and he was cross with his brother. There was a time when they did not have any communication with each other. They fell out with each other. And regarding this matter also, people can take sides. You can be on the side of the elder Gandhi, justifying him, calling Mohandas Gandhi an ungrateful person, saying that he was not thankful for what Lakshmi Das had done earlier in his life, how he had looked after Kasturba and the kids when Gandhi was away in South Africa, and so on. Or you could take sides with Mohandas Gandhi. You could believe that this was the nobler approach, that you de-link from your immediate close family and you link yourself with the larger family of the whole world. Later on, Gandhi claims that his brother also was able to understand this perspective, and before he died, they were reconciled to each other. We don't know what the truth was. Anyway, detachment was put into action immediately on understanding the nature of it from the Gita as well as from the law textbooks in England. Along with the spiritual quest, There were three other interests which claimed Mohandas Gandhi's attention during that time. They were dietetics, mud earth treatment and hydrotherapy. Regarding ailments, regarding diseases, Gandhi's belief or his theory was that in 999 cases out of 1000 cases, there is no need to take any medicines. Most diseases can be tackled by the right diet, hydrotherapy or mud earth treatment. He got to hear about mud earth treatment from Adolf Just's book Return to Nature. It was a very influential book. Mud earth treatment consisted of a stretch of cloth on which you spread clean mud and you tie the cloth around your abdomen. That would solve many of the ailments caused by wrong diet, wrong food and so on. Now though Gandhi was convinced of the effectiveness of mud treatment, though he had practiced it on himself, he had practiced it on his friends with great effect, he still cautions the reader against taking just words for gospel truth. So don't believe any text, any book totally or fully. You should use some caution, you should have some reservations, advises Gandhi. No, that was what really distinguishes Gandhi from other people. He tells us that books are written in order to make a point, and very often they are one-sided. They look at it only from one angle, and any topic, any issue can be looked at least from 7 angles, he says, and each one of them could be right also. So with a bit of caution only do you follow many of the instructions in these books. So that was Gandhi. He was never in favor of anyone imitating him totally in a blind manner. He advised his followers to always think about what was being taught, use your own reason, use your own logic, have your own convictions regarding these matters. So that was what made him unique. That was what made his style of functioning very, very unique. We get to know another example of that unique style in the next episode. Wait for it and listen to it carefully. Thank you very much for listening to me patiently. Thank you for subscribing, for watching, for liking, and I appeal to you to continue to support me in this endeavor of mine. Thank you.